spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for coke.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, Walls. Caught here by Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down. Walls. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Eagles 7, Chargers 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Eagles 14, Chargers nothing.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out some. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD.
Charles,
it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter, and man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Herbert on first down now. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's got room. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think they should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Chargers, nothing.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Herbert's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
But these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Chargers are able to at least get one score back. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
To throw on second down. Walls. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down, Philadelphia.
Running right. Here's Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
For a burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down, back to Sanders. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Brought down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Score Eagles 35, Chargers 7.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Alert! Alert! No! No! Check! Check! Trap alert! Trap alert! Bring it! Hey! Hey! Check! Go!
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Let's go now!
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Walls. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That is caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position. That's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now it's Herbert. Being chased out left. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. Touchdown, LA! I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, back to Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. 181 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 13 yards out. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Walls on the right side. He finds Burnett. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Walls out route, and it's complete to Brown. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Walls. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here? And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Walls. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll run again with Presley. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Eagles 66, Chargers 14.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a carry here for Presley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Herbert. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Elsewhere around the NFL, third quarter now in Los Angeles. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Second down, back to Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Here we go.
On first down, Walls. Over the middle here to Brown.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Come on. Hey. Bronco switch. Hot 70. Hey.
Going for it with Sanders. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
The Sanders has got it complete. A solid stiff arm. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Back to throw. Walls, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Here's Presley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Williams brings it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Patterson on the draw.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second and 15 now.
Herbert, pass caught, hits Davis on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. Herbert. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And this one's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On the run, this is Presley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run. It's Presley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Presley, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Philadelphia, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2.